Hello, friends. Welcome. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. Let's talk about some books. What do you say? Shall we? I'm in. You in? You're here. Of course you're in. Let's get started. We're going to go through a little what I read in May and a little June TBR. For the month of May, I read 8 books. I'm not bad about that. I think last month I only read 6. So the numbers keep ticking, and I got through almost all of my TBR from last month. If you want to see what I was planning on read, go watch that. I'm not going to give it away here. Sorry, just not. I got to get you to go click on other videos somehow. Come on, let's be real. Let's break down what I read. Starting things off, I had a really productive weekend day at the very beginning of the month, and I really wanted an audiobook to kind of dive into, but I wanted something that I could just finish the day. I wanted one audiobook for the day, get it done. And I had heard that Allie Hazelwood had a really cute one. Plan with M. I will put a little photo of her Instagram page right here. Had said that she listened to it. It is a Spotify exclusive audiobook, and it's really short. It's called Two Can Play. It's by Allie Hazelwood, and it was just the absolute perfect. I had a productive day. I wanted to read something, consume something. So I was like, you know what? Perfect. Let's try it. And I rated it 4 stars. It was just it was cute. It was cute. I'm not great at the hey, this converts to this many pages, that kind of thing. That's not really how I operate. I would say this was slightly bigger than a regular novella though, and I think it needed it just because we all know how I feel about novellas. I'm not a big novella person. So being able to have a little bit more depth to that, I think really is what kind of pushed over the edge to me. I rated this 4 stars, 4-star cute little romance. It follows Viola and Jesse. And Jesse's this hot shot, but you find out he's really not. And they are both, and Viola's this super boss chick, bad beep, of a lady. And they are both in the gaming industry. Two can play, play a game, love it. And they are both game designers, and they work for rival game companies. My editor is gonna have words for me because I don't know the terms, and he's a video gamer, and so he's gonna have words, I have no doubt. Sorry, Ian. Anyway, so the runtime for this book is 4.5 hours. It did take me all day to finish just because I was on and off, listening to things and pausing it to go talk to my husband and all that kind of stuff. But absolutely adorable. It's kind of an enemies to lovers. It has, they go to a cabin to bond with the 2 rival companies. And so it's not really found family, but found friends, which was really fun to just kind of start to see the 2 companies interact and oh, maybe we don't actually hate each other. So there was a couple really cute little side tropes. 4 stars, highly recommend. Up next, if you follow me over on the TikTokies, the little clock app, you will see that I do a random wheel generator that I've been doing for my ebooks to get through what is supposed to be my Nook and my Kindle books, but we are now on to episode 5 and all of them have been Kindle, so we haven't even touched my Nook. It is what it is. I'm still fine with it. We are rolling through books left and right, and it's a lot of fun, so go make sure you follow me there. I'll put a little screenshot there for you as well so you can find me. And it's just been a lot of fun. So we've been doing the random wheel. The last one that I picked was Love Redesigned. Love Julian. Love the 2 of them. And Delilah. We know the name thing, okay? We're gonna move past it. That was a solid 4 stars because I just felt like it could get better. I was this is good, but I see the potential. And oh, I am glad that I waited because I did read both of them back to back instead of randomly picking. I wanted to finish the series. And the 3rd book comes out here later this year. So I was we're gonna just read them both. So I dove in, Lauren Asher, Love Unwritten, book 2 of the Lakefront Billionaires, 5 stars. Raphael, the man that you are. Raphael, Ellie. Raphael has a son. Ellie's the nanny. They went to high school together. It's just, I love it. I cannot wait for the next book. I cannot wait for the next book. And it's not on NetGalley, so I can't even try to get it early. And so if anybody knows Lauren, if you just want to tag her, we have the same name. I would just die to read this book early. It was just so cute. I have also realized that the more I love a book, if it's just a really good 5-star read, I probably don't have a whole lot to say about it because all the thoughts in my brain just go And like, I got nothing. I cannot just describe how wonderful this book is. He loves animals. She's like a songwriter, so she plays for him. And it's just, they go to Hawaii, and then there's this whole thing with flowers. And I can't. It's too cute. It's too cute, friends. And I just love it. 5 stars. 5 stars, and I need the next book now, thanks. After that, I read Talk Money to Me. It is a finance relationship book by Jason Tartick from The Bachelor. It's a nonfiction, so I give all nonfiction memoirs 5 stars. It takes a lot of time and knowledge to write a book like that. I can never do it. Therefore, I feel like it just deserves 5 stars. I don't want to like discredit the author and be like, oh, it's 4 stars because I didn't understand it. That feels like a me problem, not a them problem. And I don't want to not rate it because I know how important those ratings are for like getting the book out to the right audience. So 5 stars automatically, that's just kind of my rating system for that. I know it kind of like gets funky then with like my 5-star nonfiction, my 5-star fiction reads, but it is what it is. If you are like in a new relationship or you don't have a lot of knowledge about money, I would say absolutely read this. It's super digestible. I still learned a lot from it, and I consider myself like fairly knowledgeable about finance things. Like I'm definitely not a newbie, and like me and my husband have been together for long enough that like our finances are also fairly well fleshed out. Like I know what I need to know kind of thing. And so like I did still learn stuff from this book. So, but I also can definitely see the benefit of if you are in a new relationship, how that little bit more would definitely help. Go Jason. I did read his other one too, and like I just enjoy it. Again, audiobook. I read it as an audiobook. He narrates it. That's fun. That's all I really need. And then I'm also realizing that like I am probably not the toughest critic, because up next in April I did read Say You'll Remember Me, and that got me back on the Abby Jimenez train that I realized I never finished just for the summer. I never have finished that trilogy. Now granted, I have not read her very first trilogy. I have a reason. I am waiting until I can go get signed copies from Nadia Cakes in Minneapolis, since my husband, we go up there frequently. My husband's from Minnesota, you guys know, blah blah blah. I'm not reading that series until I get the signed copies that also have Tessa and Stuntman Meg's signature on them. So that one's gonna wait. But that means that with this, I am technically caught up on her series. Just for the Summer has Justin and Emma, I think. Yeah, Justin and Emma. They meet online over a Reddit thread about his best friend, and it kind of just spirals from there. It's so cute. It's very, very cute. It is an absolute 5-star read. I feel like it has a lot of the same like feeling to it as Say You'll Remember Me. It's not insta love, but it does kind of have that like Justin just knows. You just know. And the way he is like the definition of golden retriever boyfriend. He is the definition. He's just the cutest little ray of sunshine, and the depths that he would go to for her are just, it shows, and it's so prevalent, and like I just love all of it. The other thing that I love about this is like, yes, these are interconnected standalones. We know that, that's how she writes, but the way the characters are integrated in this is like absolutely perfect. One of the characters' brother, who we see as kind of like one of the main plot points in one of the other books, is Justin's best friend. And that's just the small one. That's a small, insignificant one for all of this. And so like, I love the way the interconnected characters kind of like played their roles in this. And there were even a few that I got to the very end, and I don't know if the audiobook has this, so I would definitely like maybe read this one physical, because at the very end it has a couple like reading group guides, because it has a Q&A with Abby Jimenez, and so you actually get to like dive into the connections that are in this book and like the little Easter eggs and stuff. And so I did read that, and I was like, oh, how could I have forgotten? How could I have forgotten who that character was and how they played into all of this? And so it was just like, it was so good. And that's not even speaking to the two's romance. To Emma and Justin's romance, like absolutely 5 stars. It was just phenomenal. Again, I said a whole lot of words, but a whole lot of nothing. I didn't tell you anything about this. That's fine. You don't need to know. She's a traveling nurse. She travels with her best friend, kind of her sister, but like you get into that. And she ends up in Minneapolis, close enough to Minneapolis, where she hangs out with Justin. That's all you need to know about the plot. It's just so good. And that doesn't even touch on the actual like serious topics in here, because like Justin's going through it, Emma's going through it, and like there's so much seriousness to this too, that like, Abby Jimenez is the woman that you are. That's all. 5 stars. 5 stars. Then after Just for the Summer, we hopped back into another ebook. I was super thankful enough to get another e-arc book from NetGalley and from Thomas Nelson Publishing. It is If All Else Fails by Emma St. Clair. Oh, such a cutie patootie little book. It comes out August 5th, and I gave a very solid 4 stars. Absolutely. It deserved everything, every single 4-star. Honestly, probably closer to a 4.5. It was almost a 5-star book. It was so cute. So the cover, right, has the cute little sailboat, the two of them on it. There's a little dog because the dog is so cute. The dog is its whole little thing and I love it. And so I was like, oh, beachy vibes. Cool. Great. Fun fact, this is a hockey romance. It is, but it isn't. I'll let you figure that out. But like, and actually, no, I can't even like say that. Like, you just go read the description of the book. It says right here that he's a hockey player. I just apparently got lost in the book cover and was like, cool, I'll go in blind. And I did, and I loved it. 4.5 stars. Very cute. Okay, so Wyatt and Josie. Wyatt's best friend is his PR agent or whatever that works for his hockey thing. And Josie is the best friend's sister. Josie is an elementary school nurse. Wyatt is hiding in a cabin, in a little beachy cabin thing after an injury. Basically, he's wallowing. He's wallowing in his own self-pity. Sad. Poor boy. You have abs. I don't care. I don't feel bad for you at all, actually. And then Josie shows up and says the same thing. Oh, it's cute. And so basically, like, the brother and Josie were supposed to, like, go on this, like, trip, the two of them that they take occasionally, but not every summer, but it's supposed to be whatever. So then when she shows up and she sees Wyatt, she's like, come on, dude. Like, I thought we were gonna do this. And he's like, yeah, sorry, I need you to fix him. And she's like, no, I'm an elementary school nurse. I'm not doing this. And he goes, I will pay you so much money. And she's like, okay, fine, I guess I'm stuck here. And then, of course, you know, it all spirals from there. And there's a dog that they find, and it's just cute. But part of it does involve them like going on the sailing trip. And so it is like such summer vibes, so much summer vibes that it was like the perfect, like, now all I will be reading forever and ever is sailing books, is summer books. I'm fully invested in the water, in the, like, give me a cute little umbrella drink, give me like some shades, a baseball game, I want to grill out. Like, we're in summer vibes. So it better not get cold again in Nebraska or I'm gonna be mad. That's all. I also feel like this is a really good time to stop and pause because while I did read 8 books, technically I got 10 off of my TBR list, off of the books I wanted to read, because I had not 1, but 2 DNFs for the month. Disappointing. I know. I'm not super thrilled about it, but here we are. So let's break them down a little bit. You Deserve Good Gelato. I thought this was going to be very like self-help, but like with some travel, some inspiration, motivational, whatever. I got so far into this book and all it was her talking about living in Italy and with her Italian boyfriend. And I got very little out of it. At like the very end of it, she'd be like, and that's why it's important to just do it. And I'm like, okay, well, I know that, but like, how did you actually do it? I don't know. That's mean. I really don't like DNFing nonfiction because like this is somebody's story, as I've said. I don't like DNFing it, but holy smokes. I just couldn't get through it. I couldn't get through it, and I have too many other books that I want to read, and you know what? Not only do you deserve good gelato, you deserve to read good books. Then let's talk about this. I've been saying for months that I was going to read The Love That Split the World. This has been on my TBR list since, well before I moved into this into the house. We moved into the house. It's been on my TBR for months, years. I was gonna read it. I was very determined. But here's the thing. It's fantasy, which is cool. I don't mind fantasy. But I don't want to like give too much away. I'm like reading the back here. So there's this like, she starts seeing the wrong things. Her front door is a different color. And then like the preschool is where the garden should be. And her whole town disappears for hours. And there's buffalo. And then she starts to see a mysterious apparition called Grandmother. And just says, you have 3 months left to save him. So I am a baby. I'm a small baby who does not enjoy things like ghosts or spirits or like things that go bump in the middle of the night. I'm a baby. I don't like it. So this got to be very like, she sees things when she sleeps. And I don't want to be seeing things when I sleep. I already don't sleep very well. So I knew that if I read this was going to give me nightmares. Even though it's not a scary book, I just want to point that out. It is not scary. It's just scary to me. So I I knew it would not be a good one for me to read. DNF. Then we got Dreamland by Sarah Hyland. Good Lord, Dreamland, Sarah Hyland. Yeah, okay, that's where that came from. We got Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. I have absolutely devoured, soul-crushingly, like bawled, laughed out loud to the point where I still quote her books with everything she has written. The only two I have left on her, like of all of her books that I have not read, was this one and Lock and Key. And like Lock and Key I will read soon, I promise. And this is a little shorty baby book. It is not anything that whatever. Please explain to me why this is a 3-star book. Explain to me why this is a 3-star book. I read this in the middle of the month and I still don't have the words to process what I read. It was good. The writing was good. I don't know. 3 stars. Like really like 2.5. 2.5 that I round up to a 3 because like 2.5 makes it feel like it's a bad book. And because Goodreads doesn't do half stars. If you rate it a 2, it feels like it's a bad book and it's not. It's beautiful. But like I can't rate it anything higher. A 3 feels still too high. This is a solid 2. This is a book. A book. 2.5. Thankfully after that like 2.5, we read a book. Cool. I was ready to just mix it up. I just wanted something else. I wanted something that I knew was going to be a 5-star. I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy, so I was like, okay, let's just like dive back into something. I don't want another romance. I don't want something that I think is going to be a romance and isn't. I just wanted something different. So I finally picked up Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. Just a moment for how absolutely gorgeous this book is. I'm sorry, stunning. Stunning. Say less, it's stunning. So here's the thing. It says, Evelyn can remember all of her past lives. She can also remember that in every single one, she'd been murdered before her 18th birthday by Arden, a supernatural being linked to her soul. The problem is that she's quite fond of her life she's in now, and her little sister needs her in order to stay alive. If Evelyn wants to save her sister, she'll have to find the centuries-old devil who hunts her through each life before they find her first, and figure out why she's being hunted, and finally break their curse, and try not to fall in love again. This is the most like pure version of a 5-star read that I can possibly describe to you. This was not life-changing like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is a short read. The first little bit of it kind of gets slow until you kind of figure out, it's not slow, it's just kind of muddy. You kind of have to trudge through it to figure out like why, like there's a lot of setup. And that's fine. I don't mind that because it's still written really well. That's why I don't want to call it slow, because it was like, it's just kind of muddy. You got it. You're as confused as she is. So like, that makes sense. But this book is just beautiful. It makes you think about the way you think about things. It makes you think about the way you love. And like, I don't want to say too much because there is so much to this that is just a spoiler. That is just a straight up, if I tell you anything about this book, it is a spoiler. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to simply say that like, if this is a book that has like even slightly piqued your interest, go check it out. Absolutely gorgeous read. Like, it was 5 stars in a way that I've never read a 5-star book before. Typically when I read a 5-star book, I'm like, cannot stop talking about it. It takes up so much of my brain space, and like realistically it's like a 6 or 7-star read. But this was like the pure definition of what a 5-star book should be. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. All right, and then last book for the month is Behind the Net. It is the Vancouver Storm Book 1 by Stephanie Archer. This was another ebook that I got on the random wheel. Interconnected standalones. There are 3 of them. The 4th one comes out here in a couple months. This was a very solid like 3-star read for me. I'll be honest, like I was expecting a little bit more like icebreaker level hockey romance. Like I knew it was gonna be spicy, but this felt like too much. A little too much spice for me, I'm gonna be honest. I enjoyed that's the thing though, is like I enjoyed the plot and I really liked Jamie and Pippa as characters. there was too much spice and like the plot felt rushed just so we could get back to the spice. So it wasn't really like I didn't jive with it very well, to be honest. Like, it was cute. I'm glad I read it. I will continue to read all of them because I'm now invested in the characters enough that like I want what plot there is going to be in each of these. So like I will continue to read them, absolutely. And they're on Kindle Unlimited, so like why not? And like I said, the 4th one comes out, so like I'm going to read all of these. I just, need to reiterate that for a 7th time. But yeah, 3 stars. Cute, very cute. What plot there was, just too much smut for me. All right, it's time. Let's pivot gears. Let's get into my May TBR. I am currently in 2 different books. Let's talk about those quick. The first one being The 4 Engagement Rings of Sybil Rain by none other than our Bachelorette queen, Hannah Brown. This is her second book. I have not read the first one yet, but it's been on my TBR for a while, and I was talking with a friend about it, and she said that it was super cute, thoroughly enjoyed it. And considering I'm already halfway through this one, I'm assuming I'm gonna like the other one too, because this one's already really cute. So happy about that. This is an e-arc I got off NetGalley, so thank you to NetGalley and Forever Books for allowing me to read the e-arc. It comes out June 24th, so this should be out plenty of time for you to go pre-order it and get excited for it, because I know I am. It's been cute already. Very excited. Then for the next book that I am reading is my physical book, and I will say this month I did kind of go away from my old book, new book a little bit here. Bear with me. I've stuck with it for a long time, and I still will pick up some old books, I promise. Nothing was jumping out at me yet, so I will pick them up as I go. So bear with me. But for Indie Bookstore Day, one of the bookstores that I went to, one of the local ones, was if you spent a certain amount on new books, they let you pick 2 ARC copies. So I have my first ARC books, like physical books. Physical book, ARC, advanced reader copy. Oh, I'm so excited. And I'll be honest, I grabbed 2 that I didn't really know anything about. I was kind of like, I don't know, they didn't really have like as much selection as I was kind of hoping for, but I was super excited, so like very thankful. So I got to pick 2. That being said, the first one, I was going through my books that I got, and I was like, wait a second, this is one of the books that I picked up? Go me. This is a meant to be novel. So the meant to be novels are Disney movie retellings, like classic Disney retellings. And so I was like, absolutely, why am I not reading this? Wait, what? I thought these were also all arcs that had already come out. So I was looking at this and I was like, wait, 6/25, it comes out in June. So I went and looked, and it comes out June 3rd. Now, granted, this video will not be published by June 3rd, so this will already be out. And I'm not very far in it. I'm only just a little ways into it, but I'm enjoying it so far. But I can't believe that this ended up being one of the arcs that I got. I'm super excited, and it's super cute so far. I really want to read the Tangled one, I think Christina Lauren wrote the Tangled one. But yeah, I was just like, I need somebody be excited for me in here, because I just picked this up because I was like, oh, cute rom-com, that'll be great. And I read the back, oh, Mulan, yeah, that's cool. I did not even register that this is what this was until I got home, and almost a month later I was like, oh, I should probably read that. So very excited to have this in my hands. I will definitely have reviews for it all over. Very excited. Then sticking with the rom-com romances for the month. This is not a year-long TBR. Ugh. Can you imagine the people that just have an entire year's worth of books picked out? That's wild. Anyway, we're gonna stick on the Ali Hazelwood train. She's had a lot of really good hits for me, and so Problematic Summer Romance just came out. Also, just take a minute for that. Gorgeous cover. Problematic Summer Romance just came out, and I was like, yes, pre-ordering it. Obviously, it showed up just like it should. And then the night before it showed up, I was on TikTok, and somebody was like, hey, you know that this is a interconnected standalone. And I was like, well, shoot, gonna have to go get that. So I also need to read Not in Love. Not in Love is the first interconnected standalone for this one. So we're gonna get through both of these. This one I think I'm gonna do is mainly an audiobook, and then this one I will physically read, but I have both, so I have options. I know very little about either of these. You know me, I like to go into these basically blind, but I like the author, so why not? This also means that these 2 do take the place of Deep End for Ali Hazelwood on my TBR. I will get to that book, I promise, okay? Just leave me alone. Let me read the books that I want to read. So then I do also really want to get back into a little more fantasy. I haven't read fantasy since Onyx Storm, and the only fantasy I've really read, I have my dystopian and stuff like that, but I want to get back into some actual kind of fantasy. And I've read Sunrise on the Reaping, I've read ACOTAR, I've read and obviously Fourth Wing, but I haven't really dove into a lot of fantasy, and I know that there's some that are really good out there, so I'm hoping to just get into more of those, which means I did pick up Shield of Sparrows. Partly I'm sorry, but this book is stunning. Being the Sparrow isn't an honor, it's a trap. I've heard that this one is a little bit more it's fantasy, but it's also dystopian, and so I think it's gonna be very much up my alley, because I do really love a dystopian book, and it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Like I said, I also really know nothing about this. So we're gonna read it and I'll let you know together. And then last but certainly not least, like I said, I will go back and read some of my backlog. I'm still determined to do that. This last month was just really good for some new releases. And so like June's gonna be a big month. It just is. Absolutely not not least, Atmosphere comes out this month by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes! This is the kind of energy I need. I've been waiting for, I just am so excited. I've been waiting. I knew that it was coming out this year. It's been pre-ordered. I have 2 versions coming in. I'm not even upset about it. Atmosphere comes out. It's about astronauts. That's all I care. And Taylor Jenkins Reid wrote it. It's great. It's going to be in my possession very soon. And I'm thrilled. Yep. So that's going to be another read that will need to happen this month. And then the last physical book that I'm putting on my TBR is Silver Elite. I'm going to do it. The hype is everywhere. Okay. And I'm nothing if not a hype girly. Partly, I'm not gonna lie, I want to get through this because on my bookshelf, I want to put the silver sprayed edges next to Our Infinite Fates and have the gold sprayed edges, silver and gold. I think it's gonna look stunning. So I do want to get through this. My name is Ren Darlington. I've been hiding who I am for my entire life. Today will be no different. Dun dun dun! This is a ghostwriter. We don't know who it is. There's so much hype about this on TikTok, and like people are like, oh man, it's a pen name. I wonder who it is. People think it's Elsie Silver. People think it's Allie Hazelwood. I don't care. I'll be honest. I just don't. If it's a good book, it's a good book. And like, honestly, any author that's like gonna try to write a behemoth book like this and like just do it, like go for it. I'm happy for them. It's over 500 pages. Like this is, if you want to branch out, go for it. Also, like, Book Talk's getting a little bit spicy about it, and like I'm kind of pressed because like didn't J.K. Rowling do the same thing? And like I know we don't talk about her now, but at the time like James Patterson has done it. Like there are plenty of like super famous authors that have pen names. So why are we so like upset about this one? Sorry, hot take. Just it is what it is. Alrighty, so that wraps things up. That is the last book that I'm putting on my physical list. Obviously, we know there's gonna be more. I got some arcs I want to get to. We're gonna let the random wheel do some guessing. I have backlogs that I'm going to get to, I promise. But, you know, 5 physical books on the TBR feels really good, especially since some of those are a little bit out of my comfort zone. We'll see. So make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, do all the little buttons, push all the little things. And then in the comments, let me know what you're excited to read in June and tell me why it's Atmosphere. Okay, bye!